Next topic is electrophiles and nucleophiles. What are electrophiles and what are nucleophiles? Electrophiles, they are electron loving chemical species. Because they are deficient in electrons, so they always attack at that place where electrons are available. So the electron loving species, that means they are electron deficient in nature. So examples of electrophiles will be all positively charged species. They will be electron deficient. And some electrically neutral species also, they are electrophile. Even neutral species also. Positively charged, if positive charge will come on any species, of course, that means this one is electron deficient in nature. So these are electrophiles. In neutral, we will take example of those neutral substances which will have less than 8 electrons in their last shell. B has 6 electrons in its last shell, Al has 6 electrons in its last shell. So these are having less than 8 electrons, though they are neutral, but still they are electron loving in nature, so they are electrophiles. Now, after knowing electrophiles, next one is nucleophiles. Nucleophiles are just opposite to electrophiles. These are nucleus loving chemical species. They are nucleus loving chemical species because nucleus is positively charged, and nucleophile themselves, they are electron rich. They are electron rich chemical species. So they will attack at that point where electrons are less. That is why we say they are nucleus loving, because nucleus is positively charged. So they attack at those places where electrons are less, because themselves they are electron rich species. Now nucleophile examples are, they are negatively charged species. For example, if I take hydride ion, then BH4 minus, Cl minus, Br minus, OH minus. So all negatively charged species, they act as nucleophiles. Second example again here we will take is neutral nucleophiles. Neutral, they have 8 electrons in their last shell, but they have lone pair of electrons which can be donated further. These lone pair of electrons can be used further for bond formation. So that means because of lone pair, they are electron rich in nature. So electron rich species, these are negatively charged species, or these are neutral in nature. They come under nucleophiles. So this is a topic, electrophiles and nucleophiles. Next topic is fission of a covalent bond. Fission means breaking of a covalent bond. Now, how the covalent bond will break? Either it can be homolytic breaking of chemical bond, of covalent bond, and second one is heterolytic fission. So when we will have homolytic and when we will have heterolytic fission, in case of homolytic fission, if we have two atoms linking through the shared pair of electron having the same electronegativity, both can pull these shared pair of electrons equally to their side. Bond is breaking from the center here. That means one electron will go to this atom and one electron will move to this atom. And this is shown by using fish arrow we are using here. Fish arrow is like this. Fish arrow is used here. So in this case, when both these atoms, they will get one electron. That means we are getting one electron on this A atom, one on this A atom. Free radicals are formed. These species which are formed by this homolytic fission are called free radicals. So this is also called symmetrical fission. So if a covalent bond breaks in such a way that each atom takes away one electron of the shared pair, this shared pair of electron, each atom takes one electron here, then this is called homolytic fission, or this is called symmetrical fission. And as a result of this, we will get free radicals. Now, heterolytic fission. In heterolytic fission, when a covalent bond breaks in such a way, now I'm taking here these two atoms which have different electronegativity. In this case, the covalent bond breaks in such a way that both the electrons of the covalent bond are taken away by one atom. The one which is more electronegative is taking both these electrons. So we are using this single arrow here only, like this. Both electrons, they go to this A atom. So A will become negatively charged and B will be deficient in electrons. Now this will become positively charged. So as a result of this heterolytic fission, what happens is both the electrons, they go to one atom. So we are getting cation and anions here. And I have taken A is more electronegative than B in this case. So when a covalent bond breaks in such a way that both the electrons of the covalent bond are taken away by one of the atoms, then this fission is called heterolytic fission, or this is known as unsymmetrical fission. So whenever there is homolytic fission, we get free radicals. When there is heterolytic fission, we will get cations and anions. Now one question here, breaking of this CH3 SCH3. So using curved arrow, we have to show the reactive intermediates when this covalent bond undergoes heterolytic cleavage. So heterolytic cleavage is there, so we will use which arrow? This curved arrow is used in heterolytic fission, while fish arrow is used in homolytic fission. So in this case, when we are breaking this bond, heterolytic cleavage, using curved arrow, we have to show which reactive intermediates will form. So in this case, this covalent bond, shared pair of electrons, is formed between sulfur and carbon actually. It's formed between sulfur and carbon. So sulfur is more electronegative than carbon. That means the shared pair of electron will move towards sulfur. As a result of this one will become positively charged species and this one will become negatively charged species. So cation and this one is anion that is formed. So using curved arrow, we can show the formation of these reactive intermediates here. One question more, just classify these as electrophiles and nucleophiles. Remember, all positively charged species, they will come under the electrophiles, and negative charge, they will come under the nucleophiles. So negatively charged here, this one is nucleophile. This is negatively charged, so this is also nucleophile. This is neutral, but B has less than 8 electrons in its last shell. So this is electron deficient. So this one is an electrophile. Then Cl plus I am taking, NH2 minus I am taking, then NO2 plus. Positively charged species, they are electron deficient, so they are electrophile. This one is negatively charged and plus lone pair of electrons also are here. So this is nucleophile in nature. So this is about a topic that is electrophile, nucleophile and fission of a covalent bond.